Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. On today's video we've got the most important game of the series so far. It's the quarterfinal of the Liechtenstein Cup and it's against Triesen. We've also got a game against FC Baden as well in the Challenge League. Let's see how we get on. Roll that intro. So, after the Jamax game, we played 7 games offline. 2 of those were victories, 2 of those were draws, but unfortunately we did lose 3 of those games. That has taken effect to the position in the league. We're currently 7 points off second place, which has meant that we've taken a little bit of a hit when it comes to our promotion chances this season. I will go through those fixtures with you, and then we'll get straight into the Triesen game in the Cup, and then the Baden game after that. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, everyone. So, after the Jamax game, we played 7 games offline, as I said. First game was Aru away from home, we lost 2-1. Then another away trip to Thun, where we won 2-1. Then we went to Schaffhausen, we lost 3-0. That was an unconvincing performance. We didn't play well in that game. Then a home game against Thun again, and we won that 2-1. That was our 2 victories in that session that we had of the 7 games. Then an away trip to Sion, where we got a 2-2 draw. Followed that by an away trip to Ville, where we lost 2-1. And then finally a home game against Stade Noir, which was 0-0, and it was a very disappointing result for us. So Aru completely dominated us in this game. It was 2-1 to them in the end, but they could have had more. We had 11 shots with 3 on target. They had 17 with 6. 2 goals from Toure and Kolde. We had a goal from Fosso, which equalised after the Toure goal. But unfortunately, Kolde scored the goal in the last minute before the 90, and that sealed the deal. So, a much more positive result against Thun. We won this game 2-1. Tim Varian scoring 2 goals in the 29th and the 75th minute, with Koro Kone scoring for them, taking the 3 points back to Vaduz. Then an unconvincing performance against Schaffhausen. It was 3-0 to them, but it probably could have been more. They were just more clinical than us with a 4-2-3-1. We probably could have got a goal out of this, but unfortunately it was only just red yellow cards that we got from this game. Then there was another game against Thun. They went ahead against us through a Sacco goal. We scored with Isaac and a Bomber own goal, taking 6 points off them in this period of 7 games. So, a tricky game against Sion away from home. We didn't deserve this in the first half, but we changed some things around and went to a 4-2-4. We brought on Fabio Fer, and he was the game changer for this game and sneaked a draw against Sion. I don't know if we actually deserved this result, but in the end, we'll take the point. So, in our final away game of the 7 games that we played offline, Ville took a 2-1 victory against us. Sofian Balahul with a goal in the 80th and the 90th minute. Merlin Hadzi scoring for us. This was a game where they probably deserved a win, but it was very similar to the Aru game where they dominated very early on and it was looking like we were getting a draw, but unfortunately they sneaked it at the end. Bit of a disappointing one for us here, but we have to move on pretty quickly. Unfortunately, we didn't take advantage of that in this home game. It was a 0-0 draw. It was a poor game. We should have probably won it based on the chances that we had, but got to give credit to Noir. They kept a clean sheet, and as you can see, their goalkeeper got man of the match. So I thought I'd show you the stats from the game rather than the highlights. In the previous videos, I've shown you the highlights. If there's any comments on that in terms of what you would prefer, that would be greatly appreciated. I just wanted to try something different for this video, with just it being the 2 games, especially in the Cup, and the Baden game coming up shortly. So we'll get straight into those now. So just one little bit of news that I'm going to bring you in between those games that we played offline. We're going to get Robin Callum on loan in January, Monday the 15th, to be precise. I did think he was going to come in automatically with him being under the age of 22, but it looks like we're not going to get him until January, but we do need some cover down that left-hand side. So hopefully he can be a little bit of a boost to a team that's affected by injury, certainly this year. And it doesn't appear that it's similar to the Swiss system where they seem to be able to loan them in and bring them in during the season. We have to wait until January, so maybe that's the slight difference. But I'm glad I found this out now rather than further down the line in the save. So here are the games in the cup for us. We've got to play Triesen, but Balzers are going to play Eschken and Muren too, which is their reserve team. So I'd expect Balzers to go through. We've got to play Triesen though. One thing I've found going away from home in this save anyway is that we tend to struggle with the 4-4-2, just the standard 4-4-2 that we're playing. So what I'm going to try is the 4-4-2 DM and see how we get on in these two away fixtures. It shouldn't really matter in the Liechtenstein Cup, but I'm more intrigued to play this in the FC Baden game, so we will do that. As well for the Liechtenstein Cup, I think we will play this on key highlights, with it being a Liechtenstein versus Liechtenstein team. So we went with a mixture of the first and the second team here. The guys from the second team that have come in are Matthias Grob, Julian Keller, who's already played with us this season in the first team. Then we've got Enver Islami, Luki Nataro, and Elvin Ibrahimovic, who is currently transfer listed. Those are the guys that I've got in from the second team who are starting. We've also got Weisenhofer, who I believe have said okay there. The rest are mainly players that haven't featured very much this season, but we've gone with the 4-2-4. We have got Benjamin Buchel just on the bench, just in case Grobe decides to have a howler. I don't think he will, but just in case. But we've mainly went with players that haven't got a game here. I'm going to go with the 4-2-4 defensive midfielders just to be safe. In terms of the away fixtures, we haven't been great away from home, and it's something we need to improve on. Hopefully, we can do that in the cup, and that can springboard us into the league with better performances. But maybe just a slight doubt from me that we continue with the 4-2-4, at least going away from home. But I'm going to get straight into the opposition instructions. There's probably not many, and then we'll get straight into the match. So here we go, straight into the match. We are away from home against Triesen. They've gone with a 4-2-3-1. We're going to go with the 4-2-4 DMs. I am going to switch this to key highlights and see how we get on. Obviously, if we get in trouble, we'll go back to the extended. So they are kicking off. We are going to be kicking off in the second half, and we regain possession, which is always a good sign. But Islamani on the right hand side here, and it's a straight ball into Ibrahimovic. I promise I'll try and get that right by the end of the game, but hopefully this is a good start for us and we win a free kick. Gadget with a free kick, and I suspect, maybe I'm wrong. Oof, Islamani. Getting a shot away. So far, so good from us. Let's see how we get on throughout the game, though. But I am thinking potentially in the coming games that we might move towards a 3 in the middle rather than 4-2-4. But we'll see how we get on here. That could have been 1-0 to us, but I'm just not entirely convinced against the maybe not necessarily the bigger teams, but it's a good chance for Triesen there from a free kick. But I just think the better teams in the division have got a better formations against us when we're playing 4-2-4 or 4-4-2. So we'll obviously keep those in for the home games though. But I think away from home, it's something I need to think about certainly. And that's a good save from their keeper. Ibrahimovic. Hey, I got it right. Getting the strike for us there, leading to the corner, which does absolutely nothing. 40 minutes in. So far, so good for us. Famous last words? Maybe not. We should have enough quality to get through this game. Islami, Gajic, Fosso. Nice little bit of play here. Stober. And Jurek puts it in. 1-0 to us. Nice little bit of play there. Crosses it in. Easy peasy. Yeah, lovely little ball into Stober and Jurek. Not much to do there. Not really. The annoying thing about Georgic at the moment is he's not happy, and I think he wants to leave the club on a free contract. I really want to keep a hold of him because he's homegrown. He's not Liechtenstein, but he's homegrown, and we've had him at the club for a while. But it looks like he's wanting his time up at the club with the opt and out. So we might have to look at that in January. Also, we've got Tim Varian as well, who is out of contract in December, and he's our top scorer at the moment. So maybe we need to give Big Tim a new contract, but we'll see. Anyway, half time, 1-0. As you can see, we are the dominant team. 15 shots, 8 on target. They've had 2 shots on target. So far so good. I'm just gonna have a quick look to see in terms of. No, I think we'll keep it as it is. I was tempted to bring on Kavkin, but we'll maybe leave that at the 60-minute mark. So second half's underway. Obviously didn't get the highlight with the kickoff because it's on K highlights. But a chance for Triesen here, and a through, and it's onside, and Noah Miller has equalised for them. That was poor from Keller. He kept them onside there. I don't know really what he's doing here. Yeah, he plays both Hasler and Miller onside. So I don't know what that was from Keller there. Are they going to show a tight offside? Yeah, they don't need to. It looks like Stober might have been a problem there as well. I think a quick berate is needed. But we might be bringing Kavkin on sooner rather than later, I think. I think we should be okay, though. Here's Djurjic from Kavkin. Sorry, Gajic. Get it mixed up there. I think we will bring him on anyway, Kavkin. I know he's not particularly in the right frame of mind. I also think potentially we should go to a 4-2-4 here. And maybe swap our ringers around a little bit. You can see as well why I haven't really had Tarber as a starting centre back for, even though he is Liechtenstein through and through. I think maybe Vasa there, yeah. Or Visor there. I think maybe Visor there instead of Isik, just because he's struggling a little bit of fitness. And that will be it for now, but we might need some changes going forward. Like I say, it is our only route into Europe, this, so we do need to win this cup every single year. That was a good chance from Fosso. It's just gone off the bar. And we've got a corner. Gajic with the corner. Doesn't lead to anything, unfortunately. We are in trouble here. Julian Hasler has scored. I think it's time for emergency action to be required here. And we will go to extended highlights, actually. Oh, we're on full match there. I don't know why. Dominic Frankie will be our winger, I think. And I'm not convinced by Taba. I don't think he's doing a good job there. We're not having a good time, are we? That was not comfortable for Grobe. Certainly should have had a Buchel in this game potentially, but we'll see. Hopefully we won't need him. Should have been 2-2. He's not had a good game, Keller. That's a great save from Grobe. He's not had a good game. I'm not sure what to do here. I'd do with a counter, but he's got a lot of work to do. Doesn't need anything, unfortunately, from Georgic. We're going out at the moment. 5 minutes. Unless we can get something. It doesn't look like we are. Are we going to go out with the Liechtenstein Cup? It looks like it. Tempered fate again. Hey. What a great start of the episode. I don't know what Grover's doing here. One last chance, maybe. Hansi. No, we're out. We are out of the Liechtenstein Cup. That is a major shock for Triesen, but what the hell is going on there? We might be in trouble here, guys. Brilliant. Oh well, we're not in Europe next season. We are not in Europe next season, which is good. Luckily, they're not judging me in that, and we have been competitive in the Europa Conference, and we are in the top half of the league so far. Let's have a look. Traba wants to have a discussion with us because apparently I was too harsh during that team talk. I completely disagree. Well, that is not good. That is not good. I think we need to have a look at the 4-2-4. I don't think it's necessarily working very well for us. And we will not have Europe next season. So, what would that do for the semi final? So, if Vaduz are out, plays as. So, it's going to be somebody new, which is at least interesting for the Liechtenstein side of things. Right, I'm going to get back to you in a moment, and we're going to do the Baden game. But yeah, I seriously need to have a think about this 4-2-4. I think we're okay with the 4-4-2, but the 4-2-4 formation, DM wise anyway. That's something I need to have a serious think about. So after our disappointing defeat to Triesen, we have to go again. We have to play FC Baden away from home. Bellinzona will also play Jamax, and we need a win here, especially if Bellinzona are playing Jamax, because they're going to get 3 points. As I said, we are 7 points off Aru on 22. Ville and Thun are currently third and fourth. If we can keep in that sort of top 5 position, I think the board will be happy with us. But at the end of the day, I'd love for us to get promoted. So what I've done slightly is I've had a look at that formation that we had, which was the 4-4-2 DMs. I've got rid of it completely and changed just the tactic. We've kept it the same with the wing play. I still think the wing play is the way to go forward, just with the use of the wingers that we've got in the team and the tall strikers at the top. But I've gone with a 4-4-1-1 rather than a 4-1-4-1. The reason I've went with that is because I don't feel we've got a necessarily good enough DM to stick into that role and just boss the midfield. We have got Visor, but I don't think he is a guy who can boss a game necessarily. We've got more creative midfielders behind the striker, I feel. And we've also got a lot of players that could play as a shadow striker, so technically we could play a 4-4-2 just with a 4-4-1-1. But this is what we've gone with. We've gone with Bukel, Gasser, Rahimi, Berisha, Franke in the defence. Then I've gone for Crouchkey, right midfield rather than right back. I don't trust him at right back. He hasn't given me a solid performance all year, I don't think, at right back. Maybe in a couple of games, but I can't remember a game where I went, you know what, I'm going to stick you there with a Gasser. So that's a potential area we need to look at in January, but we'll see when we get there. Visor in the midfield with Gajic. I was tempted to put Ryan Fosso in, but the fact that we lost in the Liechtenstein Cup and Fosso was in that team, I went with Gajic. Sisek on the left, and then Goliard behind the striker, and we've gone with Tim Varian up front as he is our top scorer. So I'm just going to do the opposition instructions as I always do, and we'll get straight into the Baden game. So it does look like from the team instructions that we've just had there, the squad seems pretty happy with what we've went for. We need a result today, whether we like it or not. In this game, we can't afford a defeat here. We need at least to get a point here, but I'm expecting us to win because Baden aren't particularly a great team. Then again, we played against Stade Noir, and they aren't particularly great themselves, and they got a draw against us at home. So we have to give them a little bit of respect here, Baden. But as you can see, they're 8th in the table, we're 5th. We need a win. So we're going to kick off. We're playing in the blue today. Baden are playing in their red. And we will see things how they go. It just makes it a little bit, and Crouch gets injured straight away. I was just about to say, at least it makes it a little bit interesting for Season 2 with no Europe. But we'll come to that when we come to that. It looks like it's going to be Hadzi who will replace Crouchkey. Let's see if he can make a difference. We didn't need another injury, though. The squad is thin at the moment. So that's not great. And they nearly score from that resulting free kick, which is annoying. But they scored from that set piece. Biscaman. We haven't started well in this game. It's not looking good for us. Long throw as well, which is something we've been exploiting quite a lot this season so far. But Buchel again, I'm still not convinced by Buchel. I'm still not convinced by him. Something to potentially ponder going forward. We've not started well here. 3 shots for Baden, 3 on target. I think we need to kick up the backside here. It's a long ball to Goliard, and it doesn't lead to anything much, but we've got the ball back anyway. Frankie. De Berisha. Sisek. Maybe looking for that long ball to Tim Varian. Frankie again. Tim, unfortunately, it goes over the bar. Still 1-0 to Baden. Hollenstein with a free kick, but it doesn't lead to anything. Brutal with a good save. Can't say it wasn't a good save. But we need a reaction in this last 15 or 17 minutes or so. I think we need to go on the cautious here. We're on positive and we're just not. We're not getting anywhere. It's a bit frustrating. They should be 2-0 up. It's another corner to Baden. They need to take advantage of this against us. We need something to build from, and I don't think we've got anything in this 4-4-1-1. I really don't. I feel that he was offside anyway there. Yeah, he was. I need us to get in a half time at 1-0, I think. Yeah. What was that? Like, seriously, guys, what was it? Because I don't know. 4-4-2, I think. 4-4-2. Maybe what we do is we do that and we swap Kavkin. We go balanced. Visor's frustrated, Goliard's frustrated. Fossil's anxious, fair. Our defence is just not there, is it? Berisha with a yellow card. I've made those 2 changes. Let's see how we get on. Kavkin, sorry, the 1 change. I thought it was 2 changes. The 2 changes would have been the injury. But we'll go back to 4-4-2, see if that makes any difference. I need to keep an eye on the Berisha on the yellow card there. But we need a reaction. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring on Stover, and I think I'm also going to bring on Ryan Fosso for Visor. Fosso is going to go into a central midfield defender role. And you know what? I'm going to take off Tim Varian for Chabi. And I just need something from them, basically. It's not looking good. And it's a chance for Baden. It's a decent header out of Gassa, but they've still got the ball. Can we counter now? Chabi. He's got a lot of men in front of him, unfortunately. It's got positive the last 5 minutes. That's 2-0. And unfortunately for them, it's offside. Fortunately for us, it is on offside. And they've just got a man sent off. Yeah, let's just go attacking. We might as well screw it. I don't think a sending off's going to make a difference, though. No. No, it's going to be another defeat for us. That's going to be another defeat for us. We didn't deserve anything from that game. That was atrocious. Possibly worse than the Liechtenstein Cup result. And unfortunately, Jamax have taken a 3-0 victory there. We will end up by this weekend still in fifth, but that is brilliant news, by the way. 5 to 7 months with a broken leg there. I do not know. I do not know what to do. Yeah, I think we will do that. Use the club doctor. But yeah, that is not a good injury at all. Just looking at the squad, we were a little bit thin with Hasler getting injured there. If we take him out of the team, in terms of we've got Djurgic we can play there and Emini as supporters. But we're gonna have to start using them, and I think they need to kick up the backside because those two defeats to Triesen and Baden. I tell you what, luckily we've got Bellinzona next, but I wouldn't put it past Bellinzona to get a result against us. So what I'm going to do, everyone, is we're going to play the Bellinzona game, Jamax, Aro, Schaffhausen, Thun. Sion game offline, and then we will be back for the Ville game. If we do any transfers during this period, which we might need to after that injury, I will update you, of course. We'll do the Ville game, and then we'll show you the highlights from those games. I think after that, what we'll do is we will play these games offline here, and we'll come back to you for the home game against Ton. And then, depending on where we are in the league, we might do the Stade Noir game as another episode. But what we could do is we could do a back-to-back game of Aru and Schaffhausen, and then if we are hopefully in the promotion playoff by then, we'll do a separate video on that. Otherwise, it'll probably be a season review and what we need to do for season 2 preview. So, despite those two defeats today, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to give a like to the video and subscribe to the channel. It is greatly appreciated, and I thank anyone who has watched the previous 3 episodes so far. It's been good, despite the defeat to Triesen and Baden. I did curse myself, didn't I? Unfortunately. Take it easy, stay safe. Bye, everybody.